Quest might be a smaller vendor, so you might wonder, hey, what is it doing in between your SAPs and your Microsofts? But Quest and later Microsoft, we see actually as the two most dangerous vendors out there, because they have been very well known for going straight to legal, going very heavy on their methods and their frequency as well. So specifically for Quest, used to be part of Dell Software. Then it was sold off to an investment firm, Francisco Partners Elliott Management. And ever since, they have rapidly vamped up their audits and gotten increasingly aggressive. So we would definitely, if you have any software of Quest, even if just one tool, be careful and make sure you're prepared. Usually, it used to be that it was a Big Four auditor. Deloitte was very common there. But nowadays, I see way more internal license compliance review audits, so that their internal team has been adopting a lot of the Deloitte strategies and methodologies and have internalized it, which makes it a little bit more dangerous, even because at least Deloitte has to be somewhat neutral in the process, while their internal team does not have to be, so they can be much more aggressive. Beyond just that, so the gotchas, be very aware of trials of Tote or anything just in general. It's a very useful tool, but your developers tend to leave it behind on your servers. And if you have it on a server, every single admin is usually counted by a Quest, meaning that if you have one developer installing it once, but you have 50 admins, they will count you 50 licenses, which adds up very fast. In addition, don't forget that Quest is not just Tote. They do have their other metrics as well, their other software. And just, we're not going to give you the answer here necessarily because it would be a longer explanation, but just if you look at their metrics, they define managed user, they define managed user account or enabled user account, all with different definitions. So be very careful if you have a contract, which you actually have, because it could depend on, do you count just two users? Do you count secondary accounts? Do you count third parties? Do you count anything else? Do you count every account out there? It can be very impactful to see what definition you've got in your contract. In tools, they will rely on your in-house SAM tools in general, and support it with additional script. And especially be careful if you don't have a SAM tool, because then they might use their more intrusive scripts. And sometimes I've even seen them use uninstalled scripts to check if you've removed software of them. And this is also, by the way, for other vendors as well, that they can do that. When it comes to settlement, like I said, be very careful, because they will not only count RRP pricing, so the full retail price, but will usually add back maintenance with interest, which can add up to multitudes of the original price. And it could also include back support and everything that's there. If you have only got support for a few licenses, for example, they can force you to get licenses back on all of the, or get support back on all the other licenses. But it doesn't mean the negotiation is not possible. It's always possible to negotiate, especially around their more ambiguous licensing terms.